Hi everybody, welcome to Leventails Homestead. We're going to show you today how to make this tomato sauce. This is my grandmother's recipe. I don't know how old it is. Back in the ancient times, we used to make this in Italy. Anyways, if you wanted to, I'm going to call for some pork and stuff like that. You don't have to put it in. And we also call for bacon grease. You don't have to put in. So you can make it a vegetarian or vegan friendly sauce if you like. It's up to you. We also are going to be cooking it down for a couple hours, so you don't have to do either. We used puree and it was really watery, so we had to cook it down. So I hope you enjoy the video, and we'll see you later. Hi everyone. Today we're going to make some tomato sauce. We got 20 quarts of puree. We had canned this, looks like in August. It was basically the normal process for that. And then, so we also have some olive oil, parsley, basil, oregano, and then this is used bacon grease. Every time we make bacon or even pork chops, I'll pour off the grease in this jar and then we put it in the freezer for this type of recipe. Then we also have onions and garlic here. I'm going to split this recipe in half and do 2 different pots worth here. So I got 10 and 10 each. And so basically what it's going to be is going to be 1 large onion and then 1 full clove of garlic per pot. And then we'll go through with this stuff as we add it. Okay. First step is we want to mince up our onions and garlic. So we're going to add it to our blender here. Put it in. Okay. That thing here somewhere. Okay, we're gonna put a little bit of olive oil on the bottom of this, tablespoonish. Take this out. Just both on medium. Just put the onions in here. We're gonna saute them up a little bit, get that flavor to release. Alright, we're just sauteing here, you know, getting things going. Nothing crazy. Alright, so I did want to mention these are 16-quart pots. So at some point we'll end up, as the sauce cooks down, we'll end up combining them most likely into one pot. Okay, so we can see the onions are getting close. They're almost ready to add the garlic in. For this pot's a little, this other pot here is a little bit behind, but we'll get them added too. We're just gonna add them all at once, and then we'll split it as we put it in. And the piece there still. Okay. Done with that. Get this mixed up again. Turn this down a little bit. Alright, so it's just about time to add the puree here, but I wanted to show you how watery it is. You can see the separation line there. We do not want to pour this off. If we pour the water off, we will lose some of the flavor of the sauce, of the tomato in the sauce. So what we'll do is we'll just pour it all in, and then I don't have any, but you could add tomato paste, and that would help you thicken it up. But what we're going to do instead of the tomato paste is just cook it down. Okay, we're ready for the sauce. Nice and browned onions. Garlic's a little bit browned in there too. Ready to go. A good stir. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to let these go, and then I'm going to go down and grab my pot lids so I can get these up to temperature. And we're going to get these to a simmer. Okay, I'll see you then. Okay, we've been simmering for about 10 minutes or so here. We're trying to add our olive oil. The way we do this is basically you pour it in until you start seeing it again. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'll show you. Start going with it, and then take this thing out of here. Okay, so you can kind of see how it's coming up with the bubbles. It's hard to do with this cap on here. I can't get it off. Do the same thing over here. There, I did it. Okay. Wash my hands real quick. All right, now we're gonna add the basil. Sorry, parsley. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, and about a half. 1, 2, and about a half. Okay. Next we have our basil. It's a little bit homegrown stuff, so there's gonna be some chunks in here I gotta pull out real quick. Okay. Got 1 palm full. Two. Another half. One. Two. About a half. Next is oregano. I'm gonna do a little less oregano because it's strong, so I'm gonna do just 1.5 palmfuls. Get some of these stems out of here. Okay. Now what we're going to do next is our bacon grease. Now, since this is food that we cooked before, it's important to note that if we put a lot of salt on the bacon or the pork chops that we put in here, this grease will also be salty. So, something to keep in mind, something to think about whenever you add your salt is how salty this will be. So this is going to be, we're going to put so much in, and then we're going to kind of taste it as we go here a little bit. Okay, so I said I did two big scoops there on each one. Salt we're gonna wait for, like I said. Try and get this grease off the spoon here a little bit. Yep. Okay. Alright, so we're going to let this go for a little bit, a couple minutes, and then we'll come back to it. And as it's cooking, I'm going to stir it up here. When you're stirring, you want to pull up from the bottom. Make sure you're getting anything that's on the bottom off. Okay. Move it over to the table. Okay, next we have a pork sirloin. We'll cut this string off of here. I'm just going to take this skin off, just because I don't want it in there. I'm going to cut this in half-ish. Okay, we're gonna get this in a pan and we're gonna brown it up. All right, we're gonna go ahead and simmer it, or sear it. It's like a minute each side or something. So do it on every single side, both halves. Okay, we're all seared up. This is what we want it to look like. Okay, I'm gonna put it in one side. Same thing with the other one. Okay, roasts are in. We're gonna put this on medium-low. And we're cooking this down, so we're gonna leave the lids off. If you don't want to cook it down, put your lid on. And then we have to let it go for at least an hour. And we'll come back, we'll check it out, and see what stage it's at. See you then. Alrighty, so it has been 2 hours instead of 1. You can see this olive oil that's on here is turned kind of blackish. That's good. That means your sauce is good to go. It did turn blackish at about an hour in, so it was good to go then. If you didn't have the meat in it, which you don't have to add, or even the bacon grease, you don't have to add either. Then you could finish it at an hour. But since we have this meat in here, we want that flavor, so we're gonna let this go another hour even. And we're gonna want this sirloin roast to just kind of break apart even more than it is. Yeah, it kind of is, not too much though. So we're gonna keep it going here, and we'll update you when we get to the 3 hours. Okay, buddy, we're back. It's been 3 hours. I did put a little bit too much olive oil in this left pot, and I'll show you why in a second here. As you mix it, you should see the olive oil almost disappear on you as it mixes in, and basically what's happening is it's not disappearing. So it's all right, just a little bit extra olive oil basically, and it'll kind of just be part of the sauce now. But the first thing we do now is we want to get this big chunk of meat out of here. We're making meat flavored sauce and not meat sauce, right? So okay, look for any more. Okay, check this one. If you want to, you can actually sit down and have this pork as your part of your meal, but it's not going to have a whole lot of nutrients and stuff left in it because it's all been cooked out into the sauce. Or at least that's the idea of it, so. But we're not going to waste it. It's not going to go to waste. Okay, we're ready to put everything in jars. You need your jar funnel. These jars, I put them in the oven for 200 degrees for about 10-15 minutes to get them warm. Or hot, I should say, to try and change, bridge the gap between the temperatures here, so we don't accidentally break a jar from the temperature of the sauce. Okay. Mix it up real good. And you don't need to use a measuring cup like this, but makes it a whole lot easier to pour in the jar. Okay, you want to go up, that was a little bit high, but you want to go up to this lip here. It's like a ½ inch for the top. You also want to put this towel down like I have it, because if you spill anything, you can see it splashes everywhere too. It definitely likes to stain, so. And using the red one, if it's kind of a little trick for you, you won't see your red stains. Okay, now we're gonna water bath can these, so what we're gonna do is I got a towel, a dishcloth here. I am going to wipe this top off. And all I did was just get it wet with, regular water, sink water. Just gonna wipe this edge, this top edge, so it's clean, and the lid seal can seal to it. Okay, good there. Put the lids on, just finger tight for now. And I washed all these lids and bands in, soapy water, dish water. And then since we're gonna water bath can, I didn't worry about boiling them, so. Okay, so I like to do finger tight, and these are hot, so be careful. I'm only touching these for a second, so. Okay, just a little bit snug is all we want. Okay, good to go. Time to water bath can them. Okay, sauce is done. Pull it out. I know I did say we were going to water bath can these, but we looked it up and found out we have to pressure can them. So we did 75 minutes since there was meat in it. We did pull it out, but we weren't sure. So we decided to do the safer way. And it was 75 minutes in the pressure canner at 10 pounds, and that was just for our atmosphere or our elevation and all that. So do your own and figure that one out. That's everything. We're gonna do the other one. Get our set of sauce over there, and then that's gonna be it for tonight. This was an all-day thing, so don't forget, you're gonna plan a whole day for this. We started at like at 10:30, and it's 8 o'clock now, and I still got to pressure can the next one. So, plan a whole day. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.